it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today we have a fun video. We're gonna be making a super cute sign for a baby shower gift. So I have a friend of mine who is pregnant with a baby girl. I'm so excited. And she gets a ton of packages like I do. Well, she's got dogs with the baby. I figured it'd be cute to make her a baby sign for her porch, so that's what we're going to do today. So before we jump in to let you know what you're gonna need for today's tutorial, I did want to remind you that the weekly wow sale for this week is 30% off all the deco film embossed. That is an HTV, it's textured, it's really cool. And that sale ends on July the 11th at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time of 2021. So I have one of the little dollar chalkboards that I purchased at Michael's, so this, you're gonna need that. You're also gonna need your vinyl, which we are using Oracal 651 in matte white, and we're using the Specialty Materials adhesive in rose gold. I think that's still under the Oracal, I may be wrong, but I'm excited. So you're gonna need that, and squeegee, transfer tape, easy weed and wooden pick. So if you'll give me a moment to change the camera angle, I will show you how to make this. As you can see, I am in Cricut Design Space. So the first thing that I need to do is I'm going to go over here to my Shapes tool, and I'm going to select the square. So I am going to be making the base of my sign just so I can make sure everything lays out the way that I want it to. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the width of this because my sign board is 8.25 inches wide, and then it's 5.25 inches tall. So that is the base for our board. So the first thing I need to do is type out my first word, which was going to be shh, because you know, how do you not? And I'm going to use, let's go through and find our font that we want to use. I want something cursive. I think will be super cute. But not all of it's going to be in cursive. So I'm just kind of looking through to see what I like. Okay, so here's the Annie Lou font. So I do like that. We're gonna change that to white so we can see it on the sign. And I'm gonna go ahead and weld that. There we go. Now, let's go back to our text feature, and we're gonna type out baby sleeping, and I'm gonna put this all in caps locks because I'm not going to use a cursive font for this one. There we go. So let's choose a font. I want something kind of simple, but still looks good. I don't think I want a serif font. And when I say a serif font, those are the ones that have like the little points on letters like that. Let's choose announcement. Okay, so I like you. One, let's change you to white. Is there a space already in there? Yep, there was a space. It just doesn't look like it. I'm gonna add another space to make it fill out a little bit more. I'm gonna change the size of this down to 7.5 inches, not 7.75. We're gonna do 7.5 inches wide. There we go. So we like that. Okay, now let's type out the rest of this. So grab my text tool again. If you wake her, comma, you rock her. Okay. Let me separate that onto two lines. Now I'm going to change the font. I'm going to choose the Annie Lou font again. I think that that will kind of tie everything together. There's so many different fonts out there. There we go. Oh, I left that in caps lock. Okay, so let's change that. Okay, so if you wake her, comma, not here, her. So if you wake her, you rock her. Okay, so we like how that looks. Now I want to go ahead and change this to center alignment. Okay, now one thing I don't like is I want the line spacing to be much closer together. So I'm gonna just see going on the line space, down arrow. So one of the things, let's ungroup this. Okay. So I'm going to take the top line of text and move that out of the way and weld it. There we go. Weld the bottom half of text. So again, I'm going to select those and we're going to align centers horizontally because for some reason, don't ask me why, a lot of times when you go to do this, like, I don't know. So as you can see, I'm bringing those very close together. I just think it'll look better. And we're going to realign centers. There we go. Now I'm going to weld that together and we're going to change the color to white. There we go. Yep. My design space is acting a little wonky right now, so like if you notice, there's not much I can do about it. It is what it is. Okay, so I want to make that definitely a little bit bigger. Let's make you 3 inches wide. Love that. I'm going to take and select everything, and I'm going to go ahead and align centers horizontally. Okay? Perfect. So now I'm going to take that and we're going to move it up just a hair. I'm going to take the sh and I'm going to add an offset, not much of one. That's too much. So I'm going to change that to 0.05. Perfect. Okay, so you see how that just kind of gives it a little something extra. So we're going to take and select the baby sleeping, both parts. And one of the things we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and slice. Okay. So I can get rid of that. There we go. So you see, I love how that looks. Okay. Choose both of those, align. Hopefully my centers, okay, everything's still pretty good. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and weld those two together. Now I'm going to select everything, actually. And you see why I have that background on there is because I want to make sure everything aligns the way that I want it to. So again, we're going to go align center. Perfect. Now I'm going to select this text and we're going to offset it with a small offset. Perfect. Now I'm going to select and we're gonna slice, okay? Because I wanna get rid of some, so I'm gonna delete the black now and the white. So you see how that kind of gave it a little bit something extra. Now I'm going to select all of the text. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and weld that together. So we love how that looks. Now I'm going to take and add a little bit more text. Something small. I'm going to add a dash. Tired mom. Okay. Okay, so that's not the dash, that's the, there we go. Okay, so I like how that looks. So I'm gonna change, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and weld this. I'm going to change the size of this down. First, I'm gonna change it to white. Now I'm gonna change the size of this down because I don't need it 3 inches. Let's make you smaller. Okay, let's make you 2 inches. Okay, so now I want to select the sign and the tired mom, and we're going to go ahead and align centers right. Okay. There we go. So I like that. Now everything's gonna get welded together. And let's see what the size of our sign is. So it's 7.5 by 5 almost. So I want to change this. We'll make you 7 inches just to be on the safe side because I want to make sure there's plenty of room. Now I think I'm going to go over here to images because I do pay for Cricut Access and type in baby and see if there's anything that I can add that makes it have a little bit more decor, not really decor, but you know, something that adds something cute, whether it be a rattle or a pacifier. I'm just kind of looking. The feet are kind of cute. Just looking through, because as you can see, there's a ton. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so I've inserted that. Now I'm going to take this image. Okay, so you see how that's not giving me the chance to like ungroup it. So I'm gonna take a box, gonna grab a shape, a square. Select, because I mainly just want the bow and the little heart. So I'm gonna select that and we're going to slice. There we go. So that can be deleted. Now that can be deleted. Now you're still not letting me ungroup it. Okay, so let's choose something else. Let's go to images. Let's type in bow. Sometimes they don't want you to work with them, I guess. So I love the idea of a super cute little bow on there. Something easy. Trying to look and see. I love you. Okay, let's insert the image. Okay, so we're gonna make you smaller. Let's change you to pink. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to add an offset to this. Perfect. Okay, so my offset I want to change to white so you can kind of see. I love that. Okay, so now first thing I want to do is I want to take my bow, both pieces of it, and I'm just going to attach it. We're going to change it in a second. I'm going to copy and paste. Okay, now I want to select my wording and one bow, and we're going to align to the left. Oh, undo. Okay, now align left. Perfect. Now I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to select the wording and the bow, and then we're going to align right. Perfect. Now I'm going to select both of the bows and we're going to align centers vertically. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That looks so cute. I'm going to detach that and I'm going to detach that. Okay, I'm going to take the center of the bows, make it where I really don't need to see those. So, going to double check again, alignment, align left, perfect. Align right, perfect. Okay, now I'm going to take both of my bow outlines. We're going to weld them together. And then I'm going to select all, and I'm going to double check my alignment. Always going back to double checking your alignment is the best way to go. Now that all looks good, so I'm going to select both of those and weld it. We can get rid of this. Now we can take our little bow pieces and make them where we can see them again. And we're gonna make those pink. Perfect. Delete. Okay, now she is ready to send to cut, so I'm going to click on Make It. There we go. We're using just regular Oracal, so we're going to do it with a mat. Click Done. We don't need to mirror any of this. Perfect. Now I do want to spread my bows out a little bit so it's a little easier to cut. Click Continue. There we go. So now we just need vinyl. So many different settings. We'll get there. Okay. Now you can see we're in the vinyl section. We're just going to choose Premium Outdoor Vinyl, add a star because I do want to keep that one set. There we go. So we're going to send this to cut, and then we'll show you how to put this together. As you can see, I have my sign board laid out. Now I have already cut and weeded the vinyl because it would take forever. So I'm just using some denatured alcohol in a paper towel just to make sure all the greasy fingerprints and everything like that are off my sign board. There we go. So let's go ahead and take and remove the paper backing off of our mask. I've already weeded or masked the rose gold ones, but I did figure we would mask this on camera in case you were wondering. There we go. So, lay out my mask. There we go. Squeegee it down. Make sure it's squeegeed down really, really well. Okay. Now, I'm going to take and remove just part of the paper backing. Off of the bow, so that way I can line all this up. There we go. Okay, so that helps give me a center. Okay, and I am bringing up those bows pretty close to the top. Okay, and I'm just kind of eyeballing everything to make sure it looks good. I think that looks pretty good to me. Okay, now I'm going to take and squeegee the top portion down. Okay, I'm going to fold my backing back. And this is an easy way to line up your designs and make sure everything is where you want it to be. And whenever you do this, just kind of roll it back slowly but surely. Okay, hold on. Let's squeegee. There we go. Give me all the trouble. Okay. Oh, my nose is running. Okay. So, trying to change positions on this because just to make sure everything is kind of laid down. Okay, you see that one little piece of vinyl right there. Okay. Now let's try to remove this slowly. It's the new machine, trying to get the settings all correct. So hard. Okay. Okay. Sorry, it is sinusy time of year. I don't know how y'all are with stuff like that, but for me, this time of year is so bad. So I'm not trying to be all up in your ear. And then if anytime like it doesn't want to stick, just kind of release like I've shown you before. There we go. Okay, so now we've got more. Okay, again, just trying to roll everything down. But you can see part of the issue that I'm having. And in case you're wondering, in case you have these issues too, one of the things that I have found that helps is because this typically happens when your vinyl either cuts too deep or not deep enough. So if you work your way slowly, that tends to help. Okay, just a little bit more. I'm glad I did what I did. I was like, just to save some time, it's not gonna be that bad. I tend to forget like what it's like when you switch to a new machine. Okay. Especially when you're working with like all these tiny little pieces. There we go. Okay, so now that is all done. Okay, now again, squeegee. There we go. Now, as you can see, even though that was kind of a pain in the hiney, but look how good that looks. I love every thing about it. And you can see even on the foil one, or the rose gold, it's doing the same thing. So typically we just work slow. Okay, there's one bow. There we go. Look how cute. I love this. Okay, now let's do the next bow. Okay. Remove the paper backing off of this. There we go. Okay. Almost there. There we go. Let's grab our last little piece of paper off there. And last but certainly not least, look how cute. There we go. Isn't that adorable? And you could easily change out the bows to something else if you want to do it for a boy or if you want to make it something gender neutral. But I love how it came out. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, we do a live. But I guess that's it, so we'll see y'all later. Bye.